Notting Hill Carnival. This week we've seen scenes of depravity. The streets being used as toilets. We've seen young men running around with machetes. In any other part of the country, these people would have been arrested and locked up. Is it time now to either cancel this event altogether or to move it to a safer venue?
Well, I certainly think the nature of the event needs to change. When it started off, all those years ago when I was a young lad, it was a joyous celebration of real diversity. But now it seems to me to have been polluted by the violence which has become endemic in London. And knife crime doesn't just occur in Notting Hill. We know that Sadiq Khan has lost control of crime in London altogether, and knife crime is at record levels. But Notting Hill has changed out of all recognition as well since the carnival started. Now it's a millionaire urban hipster's paradise, whereas when it started, of course, it was a centre where lots of people of West Indian origin in particular lived. Notting Hill isn't like that anymore. So I think there is a good case for moving it. Everybody should be in favour of carnivals, obviously proper carnivals. But if there are excuses for the kind of depravity which you mentioned, then clearly that's not acceptable. But of course the police have effectively given up on policing events of this kind. We all know why, don't we? Institutional racism, as Lord Macpherson described the Metropolitan Police, quite wrongly in my view. But if the police start to recover their own confidence in policing and move back to treating people equally regardless of their skin colour, and that means cracking down on people with ethnic minority backgrounds as well. I can see
Stephen Pound in the background is chomping at the bit here. He wants to come in. Stephen, has Mayor Khan lost control of London?
Look, there's a different issue here, Lee. You're talking about the Notting Hill Carnival. Now, this is my part of the world, and I know that earlier on when Neil talked about the area changing, he's absolutely right. It was known for the Christie murders when I was a lad. But look, this thing, what about the Notting Hill Carnival? There are two Notting Hill Carnivals. The Sunday, what they call the Family Day, is marvellous. It's singing, dancing, food, fancy dress costumes, absolutely lovely. Monday is a descent into Hades, when you've got police officers being bitten, machetes are being waved around in the air, horrible things are happening. So I don't think we can relocate it, but I think what we have to do is to maybe shrink it a bit, truncate it a bit, because the Family Day on the Sunday is as good as you could hope for.
Should we cancel the Monday?
Well, I have to say that's what I'm looking at,
Neil?
Well, that seems like a good compromise, doesn't it? I'll go with that. But I was in London on Sunday night at GB News, and coming out of the studio, of course, I saw crowds of people, very well behaved. Some rather extraordinary sights, I must say. It's amazing how much flesh can be shoved into very short and skimpy outfits. But it looked like a family outing. You could see lots of kids around as well with the parents or relatives. And I don't think anybody will object to that. But as you say, the sort of events that we saw on the Monday are completely unacceptable in any civilised society.
Let me go back at Stephen, because Stephen, I think he sort of dodged the question a little bit first time round about Mayor Khan. I think he's lost control. He's very quick to celebrate this event, which you quite rightly say is a good event on the Sunday, celebrating all different cultures from different backgrounds, etc. But he's not very quick to denounce the behaviour that happened on the Monday. Why is that, Steve?
Well, mostly because it was only a day or so ago. But look, the reality is he hasn't lost control of London. He may have lost control in some people would like to think that he's lost control, particularly on ULEZ, which we'll probably be talking about later on. But it's the Metropolitan Police. Now, the Mayor of London...
Police Commissioner?
Yeah, exactly. You can't micromanage the police force. What we've now got a police commissioner who has a totally different attitude. Now, when Bernard Hogan-Howe was the commissioner, was the head of the Met, I spent the whole day with him on the Carnival in the command centre down at the school there, and I have to say I was amazed, I was astounded by the way the police were being encouraged to actually go with the flow, to take the knee.
Is the behaviour though, Stephen, of the people, a minority of people at this carnival, is it getting better year on year or worse year on year?
Vastly worse.
Well, who's to blame for that then? Is that Khan?
No, it's not Khan. It's a lack of a proper intervention and policing.